What's up clones, my name is Shaclone and this is another episode of Shaclone explaining the game, and this time with DPS Shaco with Feral Flare. So let's start with the runes and masteries. I have tried different runes, like I tried full attack speed, red, blue and yellow attack speed, and quints for movement speed, and I tried to play like basically only focusing on my stacks and doing less ganks, but it seems like that's a bad start, that's a bad way to play this. So basically you should have some AD for the early. So basically like you start as AD assassin early, that's how I can say it, and then in the meanwhile when you get your feral flare etc, you turn more into a DPS Shaco, but in the early it's more about the AD you do, because you have to gank and your ganks are way more useful with more AD and armor pen. So yeah, you definitely need to gank, because your laner, your teammates expect you to gank, so you have to gank. So I'm gonna put the runes and masteries in the video description, you can check them out. And I start with maturity only. I don't get any potions because I don't need potions, but maybe it's good to take 1 or 2 potions if you want to jungle around without going back fast after the buffs, or if you want to gank then take 1 or 2 potions with you, definitely a good idea, but I kinda don't need, so I do start with blue buff. As always it's the same as AD Assassin Shaco as well, putting 1 box over here as you maybe have seen, and then start putting a box over on the blue buff at 101, and then just keep putting 1. Then I take my Q as level 2. I think I do different. When I was AD Assassin I do this and then raise and everything, but now just take the Q as level 2 and then jump over it and come to the red buff, put your trinket over here or over here, and just take the red buff and maybe smite at the end, so it can't get stolen or anything if you think somebody might be here or anything. If not, you can just use smite at start, so you can save it for just that it's up earlier, you know what I mean. So then I go to the golems. Sometimes it's about how you do it, like sometimes I'm really low after this and I have to back, but right now I have still nice HP, so I go gank, and that's the point. So that's why you have to gank, because like every lane all they have is a trinket. You see, he has a trinket, Nasus has a trinket, everybody, they all have a trinket, as you see here, everyone has a trinket, but they also got no wards. Even the bot lane doesn't have any ward. Nobody has ward, so you have to gank, you have to do early ganks, because once they go back they will take a ward with them, so that's when you actually gank. As you see, no wards, they will take a ward with them with the first recall, I mean, so they don't have any wards. Wait, they do have a ward, that's their ward. Yeah, we are blue, they are purple, so yeah, they have a ward, and Elisa is right there. I think this gang is failing anyways. Let's see. Oh yes, okay, yeah, that was bad of Lucian, he got caught. I mean, they actually saw me here. Maybe they tried to bait me because they saw Elisa right here, so they could kinda trap me in or something and then counter us, but Lucian got caught and we instantly bursted him. If I didn't have AD, if I didn't have any AD, as you see I have 75 AD, some AD in the runes, some in masteries and some armor pen. If I didn't have that I wouldn't have such a burst, so you need the AD, you really need the AD. So since I'm pretty fine, like nice HP and everything, I keep jungling around and then try to gank mid lane here. So as you see, again no wards, but I think he saw my red smoke. So I get caught here, and then I have to back. Then Nidalee kind of, I don't know why she ran this way. She was out of mana as well and no flash. So I'm not sure what she tried, but yeah, she kinda failed. And I have to hold mid lane with low HP because of the Elise burst. And they would actually instantly kill me, but like she kinda failed, as you see here. That shot got her, that tower shot. So yeah, they pretty much failed diving me. She couldn't do anything because I ran this way instead of going this way around the tower or something. I would just run into her and she would burst me down, so I ran away from her. Of course this way, much safer. And yeah, I take the kill, then I go back and of course I'll get my Madrids and boots. That's what you buy. Or maybe longsword after Madrids so you can rush the Wriggles. But I have enough money for boots and longsword and Madrids. So I take these 3 items and I'm back to the jungle. Actually when I get boots I try to gank a lane from the lane, because in that time it's actually warded, but it's still not warded from them. That's weird. They still don't have any wards. But since they won this, I go to the golems. So that's basically the thing. When you go back, often people don't know where to go. Should they go here? Should they go there? Or which way should they take? You take that lane as maybe like you take the lane that you think you would be needed. If you think he's pushing so far, he might get ganked, I should go over there. So maybe something happens in that time when you go, so then you can instantly help because you will be in the near. Or maybe he's getting pushed, so you will go, and then if he's still pushing when you are here or something, then you can gank. If he backs, you can go to the Wraith, to your jungle. Same as here, if you go over here and then you see you are not needed. Like I tried here, I tried to gank, but they won it, so they didn't need me, and I went over here. Same to the mid lane. If you are needed, you can take this way or this way, or if you are needed, just gank from the lane. With boots and some movement speed from masteries and runes, it's really easy. So let's go back in time a bit. Like I take too much time explaining. So yeah, she got hit by the spear. She got bursted a lot and she lost her passive. So she thought I backed after that first attempt of me ganking, but I just hide it here. As you see, still no wards. No wards, not any lane. 0 wards, do you see this? People said, oh, trinkets, the new trinket, so OP, everyone is buying wards and everything. And it's impossible to gank as jungler. That's not true at all, because the people trust too much to their trinkets, but it doesn't give so much. It just gives for 60 seconds with a 120-second cooldown. That's nothing. It's like they don't have any wards, so it's an open door for jungler. Like, come and gank me, just a call, you know. They don't get any additional wards. So yeah, we kill her, and then I tried to go to the enemy blue, but then I decided to go to Dragon, and as you see, it wasn't there. Kind of an instinct of me. Anyways, I have my ultimate. I didn't use it here when I ganked. So if you are level 6, if one lane is dead or going back or too low or something, like, they are pretty fine, but the mid lane was dead. The jungler had to hold mid lane, so, and we are all fine as well, and I have my ultimate. That's when you go Dragon, even if it's, I don't know, 6 minute or 5 minute. If it's in this situation, you just have to do Dragon, nothing else. Don't waste time and just go for the Dragon and call your team. Even if you don't need your team, it's just much safer and much faster. At the end, you save time for everybody. So if all come and just like even if they're out of mana, it doesn't matter, they just have to do some auto attacks and they help a lot. So as you see, we take the dragon down very fast. Not really bursting, but we took it fast enough. So I'm kinda late to my buffs, as you see, but we took the dragon and mid lane kill, that's much more worth. And then Nidalee kinda fails her second death, second useless death. But the rest is doing nice. Top lane pretty decent. Out farming the Nasus, that's nice. So at this point I don't give the blue buff to Nidalee because I think she would just waste it. Since she died 2 times early for nothing, just by getting caught because of stupid decisions or stupid movements or something. So I didn't give a blue buff. I often don't give the second blue buff, but like sometimes I don't give any blue buff. But if the mid lane is doing good, of course I would give the second blue buff and every other blue buff. But as Shaco, you actually need the blue buff as well. Like if you take your Q for every camp to jump over just to save time and everything, you use a lot of mana with that. So I tried to counter jungle the Elise a bit, took these waves, and then just holding her away from jungling and even kill her with Nidalee's and Lee's help. Oh man, that's fair. I think we kill her as well. I have a pink ward for LeBlanc, but that was kind of bad of me. When you see here, like her passive was gone anyways. She was even not in the stealth mode anymore. I don't know why I put this pink. Kind of stupid. Just wasted. But okay, we did like 1 for 3 worth, of course. Like at this moment Elise is really fucked. I took her golems, we killed her. I took this, made her waste a lot of time, and she went over here for nothing, took all this way to try to kill me or take this farm, and then he came back to lane and I left and she doesn't have anything. Look, she didn't even clear this. Okay, now she takes this free farm, that sucks. But I mean, basically she got counter jungled as well. Mid lane, even if she did bad kind of, LeBlanc kinda... Oh wait, she has 3 kills. Anyways, top bot lane was winning as well since the first gang because of the fail of Lucian by getting caught of the by the Morgana shield Q or cage. It's called cage, right? So now they even take her wave. Like she doesn't have anything. She can only level up on the mid lane. So I tried to dive the LeBlanc, it seems. Nidalee needs help at this point. He's fine, they are fine, we took the dragon. There is not much to do, just gotta pressure the mid lane and try to take this tower. As you see, it's pretty low. But yeah, and then they turn on us because we somehow got low. I don't know how. I think I got that low from diving, or I don't even know. Anyways, I go back to the jungle because it's too dangerous. So we are 5k gold ahead. Let's speed this up. Like at this point I'm just focusing on my feral flare. Like that's the thing. I thought I would take all the time in the early phase, in the laning phase, take my time for stacking my feral flare so I can rush this item. But that's stupid because actually it's not stupid. If my team knew how to play passive, like just decent plays, just use your flash and everything, just keep it for escaping and not going aggressive mode. If you aren't sure about the easy kill and everything, a secured kill. But they kind of, I don't know why, but they fail every time. They get ganked by simple ganks, just the enemy jungler going over here and just easily going on him and then killing. There's no, like, no, I don't know, no passive play at all. So in SoloQ it's not a good idea. You as jungler you have to gank in early phase, especially as Shaco. You have to. If my team knew what I'm doing, maybe it would work, but like that it doesn't work. So I take my early time for ganking. You have to do 1 or 2 ganks early, 1 or 2 good ganks early, and that's all, I think. And once these lane have advantage from your ganks, you can start stacking your actual feral flare. But like after the nerf on the feral flare, from 25 stacks to 30 stacks, that's a lot. It takes so much time, especially when you gank so much. You will be done. You will have your feral flare maybe at 20 minutes in the game, or sometimes even longer, or can be even longer if you lose. If you're losing and their jungler is kinda ahead and does better, he will come to your jungle and steal your creeps, as I did on Elise. If Elise was dominating, she would do the same on me, so I wouldn't have any creeps for my feral flare. It would take like one game. It took me over 40 minutes to get my feral flare because the enemies were standing in my jungle. I couldn't do anything.
Rampage.
Oh, let's see what happened here again. So they were fighting. I get Lucian. Ezreal is dead. Morgana is dead.
Killing spree.
Okay. So yeah, I kinda won this fight, I think. Apparently they did a bad fight over here, so I came and made it work, kind of, I think. Yeah, so she's trying to smite it, so I turn on her and I rush it down when she went in the air, you know, so she couldn't smite, I think, if she's in the air. And then she's like, she thought I left, I queued away or something, but of course I was on her. Killed her again. Like, Elise is really fucked right now. And we take the second dragon. Yeah. And she gets caught again. It's so stupid. I don't even know why. Like, really. Look at this, man. 3 useless deaths. She only had 3 deaths, but all these deaths were like for nothing. You know, a tank or something can have 3 deaths, but if these deaths were happening for the AD carry or for the AP carry, just to save them, or in a fight, in a team fight going in, just sacrificing himself for the team, then it's worth. But when you die for nothing, when you die just like this, she died for nothing, we didn't have anything from it, then it's wasted. That's pure feeding, in my opinion. That's real feeding. If you die for nothing, if your death had kind of a use, then yeah, it's worth. But if you die for nothing, that's just pure feeding.
Blue team's turret has been
So I'm
destroyed.
603 and we are 7 gold ahead, 7k gold ahead, and these, as you see, winning top lane. Elise is really fucked, 052. LeBlanc got fed by all these stupid deaths of Nidalee, 531. Lucian also pretty down, 1-4. Even if their bot lane is losing, Thresh is only 0-1-1, pretty decent place. And even if Nasus is losing, he's pretty decent as well, because he didn't have any help from his teammates, so I can't really blame him. We did help top a lot, me and Nidale. So anyways, he's owning it anyways. He's doing nice. So I'm still stacking my Feral Flare and I'm at 24 stacks. You see, 17 minutes in the game. And that's pretty nice. This game is a pure, like, it would be a pure domination on our side if the Nidale wouldn't do such stupid movements. But except that, we are dominating it really hard. And I catch Thresh over here, not sure what he was trying, maybe. Yeah, I think he was running away from the spear. Away from the spear. I'm not sure if the ultimate of Nasus gives less HP if you ignite it. I don't think so. Like Lulu ultimate, Renekton ultimate, Nasus ultimate, and the red potion that gives 80 and HP. I think all these things don't get weakened by ignite, right? So they get the basic flat HP no matter ignite or not. Like the heal reduce, because it's not a heal, it's adding more HP, so it's not really a heal. So they are getting dominated on bot lane. That dive. I'm still trying to get my Feral Flare. Now 25 stacks. Yeah, they had a pink over here. I saw it too late, but we made him waste the flash. Morgana is doing really nice Qs. It was a really close Q. He had to flash from that. Yeah, she's playing nice, decent. Like if you check Nidalee's stats, you would say, yeah, that's pretty nice, pretty decent stats. But if you see how all these 3 deaths happened, that's just so stupid, so wasted, and so useless deaths for nothing. So I say she played bad, even if she has kinda nice stats. It was just, all her deaths was just for nothing. That's the worst you can do. Look, the thing is, the basics of this game. Like if you wanna win games, if you wanna win SoloQ, especially as jungler, if your team is doing mistakes, and believe me, they will do mistakes, your teammates, they will do mistakes, and you will do mistakes as well. But at this point, it's not about who did the most mistakes or who did the worst, the biggest mistakes. No, it's about to fix these mistakes. Like you can't tell your teammates to stop doing such mistake. I could tell her stop doing dying for nothing, but then she would be like, stop flamming me or something. She wouldn't take it as in a constructive way when I try to say it like that. She would take it as a flam or whatever, and just a stupid argument in the game, not worth. So all you can actually do is work on your mistakes. If you do mistakes, see your mistakes and avoid them in the next time. If you see you did something bad and you're aware about that, then be sure you don't do it again. Just don't do mistakes. And secondly, if your teammates do mistakes, you have to fix their mistakes. If you see this guy is dying for nothing, or all your teammates are dying too much and they give too much gold away, all you have to do is getting all this gold back by not dying for nothing. As you see, 7-0, I didn't give them any free gold. I took the dragon, and that's basically how you do it. You don't do mistakes, and you fix your teammates' mistakes. And this third point is, the enemies do mistakes as well. And at this point, that's this mathematical thing. At this point, as you see, in your team it's 4 factors. It's 1, Lee, Nidalee, Morgana, Ezreal. 4 factors, and you are like, you can't be the factor because you are you know. You can calculate yourself, you can, you know what I mean. But they have 5 people, so at this point they would do more mistakes if you think this way. Like, so if they do mistakes, and believe me, they will do mistakes just as you and all the other people on your team do mistakes, they will do mistakes. And you just gotta find the mistake, you gotta see the mistake, and you gotta use the mistake for your advantage. If they do something bad, that's kind of bad enough if you do a mistake, but if the other guy sees the mistake and use the mistake for his advantage, it's even more worth. So that's the thing. And again, to make it clear, don't do mistakes, make the mistakes of your team worth it, fix the mistakes kind of, and take the enemy mistakes for your advantage. That's how you do it. If you do it like that, if you do it right, you will carry every game. That's like really how you do it, in SoloQ especially. Of course it's easy said and not so easy to do. I know that, but once you got it, once you know how to do it, once you understand it, it will be very easy to win and carry games. So I mean, I say that because many people write to me and everything and say I play so good, or as you might know, the top laner, it's like win your lane, lose the game. Maybe you have heard that or read that, but yeah, it's not only about having good stats. Of course I have good stats, but it's not only about that. It's about you just gotta make no mistakes. It doesn't matter what stats you have if you don't do it right. Like when you're fed, let's say you're fed, but what role are you playing? If you're a support and you're fed, like a weak support like Thresh that is going for utility or tankiness, he doesn't have burst, he doesn't have anything, he can't really do much. He can do good grabs, but then again it doesn't matter what stats you have. He can have 0 to 0. If he does a good grab, a grab of doom, he can carry his team. If he does nice engage and everything, but if his team doesn't have the damage output, you can't do anything as a support. And that's the point why nobody wants to play support. If you're an assassin, you have a chance. That's why I play assassins. That's why I prefer AD assassin Shaco. That's why I prefer full AP and just damage on AP Shaco. That's why I prefer going for damage for so much movement at attack speed as DPS Shaco, just to have this damage output, because mostly your team doesn't have this damage output. Like, they should have it, and if they did have this damage output, like if we had any bot lane or LeBlanc bot lane as support, a really strong fat AD carry, a strong fat AP carry, and even maybe assassin on the top lane, I would go tank, of course, because then we would need a front lane, we would need a tank. But at this point, like Lee Sin, he has only AD actually, but as you see, the Nidalee is kind of fail, and LeBlanc is fat. So at this point, who should kill LeBlanc? Could he kill LeBlanc? Yeah, he could, but would he reach him? I don't think. So that's my job, and I have to go for damage at this point and the movement speed, just to stick on her and zone her out, because she's the main problem in the enemy team, because she's so fat because of the mistakes of Nidalee. So basically all I have to do in a team fight is getting her out, getting rid of her, and then we win, because Lucian is kind of weak, Elise is really weak, Nasus, he's going for so much defensive item, and he probably got harassed so hard by Lee Sin, so he couldn't stack his Q. Wait, what? Do you see this? 26. That can't be true. Yeah, it's 261. 261 bonus damage. Something wrong with that? Wait, what? It says 26 stacks. That can't be true, man. So apparently his Q is weak. Is that it? I think so. I think his his Q is weak. He has only damage. He has only tank. So yeah, his uses as well. That they don't have any damage output. All the damage they have is LeBlanc. And once I kill her in a team fight, they are useless. So you gotta adapt to your team. You gotta fit in, even if you only play this one champ like me, Shaco. But I can build Shaco in so many different ways. I can play him in so many different ways. You gotta adapt that. You gotta see how your team is doing. Who is your team? What players do they have? What roles do they have? And how is the enemy team? Is the AD carry fat? Focus on AD carry. Is the AP carry fat? Focus on AP carry. So that's another point of DPS Shaco. You can do Baron really fast. As you saw, me and Lee could solo it, and then with the help of duo it, and then with the help of Nidalee we just rushed it down. Very easy. So yeah, basically they already gave up, because as I said, this game was a pure domination. Not every game is that easy. I mean, even if the Nidalee did bad, she didn't do that bad. But sometimes, wait, what the hell is that? Oh, I'm sorry about that. I fucked up. Let's make it like this. Is that good? Oh shit, man.
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
That sucks now. I fucked up the camera angle. Anyways, they gave up. Yeah, they gave up. So yeah, they gave up. What is going on? So I hope this episode or whatever wasn't too complicated or too much for you. I did probably speak a lot, but I hope you understand my message and everything, and I hope you can use this and understand it, and I hope it was helpful for you. If it was, like the video and give me feedback over the comment section and suggestions, anything you can, just to help me out with the next episode, and I'll try to consider that in the next episode. Questions or anything you have, just write it in the comment and I will try to consider that as well, all the questions, and answer them, of course. And yeah, that's it. So again, thanks for watching. Like, share, and all the things, and see you next time, clones. I'm out.